tried creating a video editing agency, and with full transparency, I'll be honest, it flopped like hell. But the main reason that made me look at this as a complete flop and I quit it was because of a conversation I had with another agency owner. You see, it wasn't going as well as I expected, and the profit margin was extremely low for me as the owner distributing the work to my editors. And so looking for some advice or just some help in the field, I started contacting other agency owners, and when I started sharing the rates that I was paying the editors, they were completely baffled with what I was paying them. They said I was paying my editors way too much, so I could have been making the same amount of money as them, but I never found it reasonable to pay an editor $10 an hour for this work. And this whole back and forth ordeal got me thinking a lot about agencies, video editing, and creative work in general. Before this, I was a video editor myself, and I've been doing this full-time professionally for about 2 years, and all of this culminated in me noticing a lot of problems with the field, and I thought I could do something to fix that. So I put this to the test. With just some reasonable boundaries, trying to avoid bad hiring practices from creators hiring freelancers, and also trying to hold a standard onto these freelance editors to avoid scams and lack of transparency, I thought of a job board. But before I did that, I actually wanted to test this out a little bit. So knowing the problems I already had, I utilized editors that I was in contact with for the agency and just dropped my rates to whatever they charged and charged other people these rates. I showed them the work and I basically did everything my site would do, but without the formalities. And knowing that these editors are actually talented, skilled, hard workers, I saw that there was an opportunity for them to actually start getting real money and real clients that were respectable and earnest, but they just didn't have the tools to do so. A couple of my favorite editors from here use a website called Card to just display a couple of their videos. It's just a literal point A to point B method of doing so. But mixing this with just a couple of DMs per week was never getting them the results they were looking for. They were still being targeted with a bunch of bad hiring practices like free samples, bad communication from the creator's side, and just being ghosted. And again, all these things can be overwritten if the creator isn't so overwhelmed with so many applicants just fluffing up the resume and lying. Things can be streamlined much more quickly. So with all this in mind and a desire to prove my concept, I took their portfolios, showed it to a couple of potential clients, and was able to start getting them some work. So for the examples here, I have 1, a thumbnail designer, and 2, a video editor. For the thumbnail designer, I actually used him partially while I was video editing as a bundled sort of deal, but as soon as I started transitioning into marketing him by himself as a thumbnail designer, I was still able to get some people coming in and working with him specifically. And it felt good to reward him with money that he deserved because of his work being really genuinely good. He hit all the marks of being communicative, being timely, having a fair rate, and having great work. But again, his struggle to find clients was simply because of a lack of a good way to get himself out there, to build a community, and to properly display his work so that he could outreach to people in the most effective way possible. He can never avoid the sample bullshit because every time they would see his work, they would partially believe that it's not actually him doing it. And for the second was a video editor that I found who didn't really have much on his portfolio, but I saw a couple of videos that were really good. I trusted him and went ahead with a video that a client was looking to get done. It was a short form video and it ended up being much better than I expected. The video was very well received by the creator, which sparked an interest for the creator to have this same style of editing done for the future. And this video editor alike also had the same issue of, not having much work to display in their portfolio because maybe they're just starting and they don't really know how to display it, where to put it, any of these things. And even outside of that, I could use my own work as an example. I'd use the exact same process, except I was just a little bit more meticulous with how I displayed my own work. But even in my early days when I was trying to get more client work, I watched plenty of YouTube videos of people just talking about, here's the method, it's super simple, and you'll have infinite money, infinite clients, infinite all this shit. And at the end of the day, all these people were just grifters trying to get you to sign up to their course that really didn't teach you anything out of the ordinary. If anything, the best thing it did was to connect you to a community, which is why I also thought, hey, if I was going to do this job board, having community linked to it would probably be for the best. Because another thing is that when I go online and on these job boards, people are out there fighting each other like sharks, and it just adds a whole other level of depression to a creative job that's supposed to be passionate. And so with these real world examples, I saw it fit that there was a need for this job board. So I created Museade. It's currently in pre-launch right now, and for anybody who's interested, you can go ahead and put in your email and Joining the waitlist right now as an early believer, you will be granted access to 3 months of the job board for the price of only 1 month. Now again, in full transparency, I planned on the site being about $20 a month for editors to sign in, to have their work displayed, and to join the community, talk to some people, join events, join seminars, and link up with other editors, while also applying to jobs posted by creators and regularly being able to update their own portfolio with their new works. If this sounds like something you're interested in, again, the discount will be accessible to any early believers, so go ahead and click the link below, put in your email address, and you'll be updated with any news, updates on the site. I do plan to have it launched by April 1st, so it's in a little bit over a week, so go ahead and lock that in. And if you had any other suggestions or things you would look forward to with the site, feel free to email it to me here at this email, or just comment below. Speaking of commenting below, if you're interested in more updates with this channel or just other editor content, feel free to subscribe to this channel itself. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day and good luck being creative.